So when looking at profitable digital products, try saying that 3 times fast, you may think it comes down to how good the product looks, which can be kind of discouraging if you're not a designer. But luckily I'm here to tell you that creating digital products that sell goes a lot deeper than design alone. And so in this video, I'm going to break down some tangible things that you can do to your products to make them sell better and hopefully be more successful. But before I begin, I post here on YouTube every week with content geared towards the creative entrepreneur to help you grow your online business. And so if you're interested in that, please subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. So many people, when they're thinking about digital products, they think of it as a get rich quick kind of scheme because you can just create one asset and sell it over and over, and they see it as easier than selling physical products. And so people who have that mindset kind of lose sight of what they are selling. So even though you're selling a digital product, you want to make sure the product adds value to the user just like a physical product would. So in this video, I'm going to use Etsy as an example just because it's got a really big database of digital products, but these principles can apply to wherever you're selling, whether it be Shopify, email, personal, social, anything like that. So don't get hung up on the Etsy aspect. So I've got an example right here of a fitness tracker. So a fitness tracker in and of itself is of benefit to the user because they are trying to better themselves, increase their chances of attaining their goals, and overall increase their fitness health. However, when you create these products, you're not selling the idea of a tracker, you're selling the idea of a better lifestyle. So I've got two examples right here. This first one, although they're both well designed, this one is just a singular tracker where it's Sunday through Monday, where they can check off if they worked out. So there's not much value there. It's more of a checklist, which you can do on a piece of paper for free. So I'm not hating on this person, but as you can see, 46 sales, certainly not as many sales as some of these other designs. So on the contrary, you have this one down here where it's 20 pages, it's a full bundle, and they're actually selling it for cheaper than the other one pager, and it's selling better. So this product, it's not just a fitness tracker, they are selling the idea of a healthier lifestyle. And so they are giving multiple pages to encourage you to attain your goals and stick with it. There's self-care, habit tracker, healthy goal, meal planner. So a whole bunch of different stuff that encompasses fitness as a whole. Another example in the fitness realm is Beachbody On Demand. So this is a digital subscription service where you can pay, it looks like $10 a month for fitness videos, which again, you can find on YouTube for free, but people are buying this because they're selling the idea of a healthier lifestyle and the motivation for people to better themselves. So it may be a bit difficult depending on what niche you're in to kind of think about how your product can impact a person, but let's be honest, people are really selfish. And so when they're looking for products to buy, they're thinking about how can this product benefit me? So keep that in mind when designing your products. So tip number 2 is creating really good cover art, because you can have a really good product, but if you don't have good cover art, people aren't going to click and buy your product. So I've got the same example here, the one I had earlier. When you hover over it, it actually turns into a video, so it's very eye-catching and it gets people to click on it. And on the contrast, we have this one right here, which is very boring. There's no color, there's no bold text, just it's very simple. It just displays the product. And so it may not get as many clicks as some with colors and bold text. So depending on your niche, I'm not saying to use bold colors or use bold text. I'm not going to lie to you and say that it doesn't catch people's eye more. And so whenever you're designing your cover art, look at it from the buyer's perspective and think, if I saw this picture among 20 others, would I click on it or would I pass? So when people create their cover art, most of the time they do it last, they don't put much effort into it and just kind of like slap something together and upload it. But I would argue that your cover art is more important than your title and description because it's the first thing people see and it gets people to click. So the next tip is researching some pain points and knowing which niche to get into and which products to create within that niche. So I hope you're not getting tired of the fitness example. We're almost done with it. But so as we can see here, the workout tracker at the very top of Etsy. And like I said, if you're not using Etsy, don't worry about it. You can go to Etsy and kind of research the market and then use it on whatever platform you're doing. So I typed in workout tracker and I can see up here at the top, there's 12,000 results, which is honestly lower than I thought. And so the competition is not as heavy as I thought it was going to be compared to other niches. So this number right here tells me that the workout niche is actually a good one to get into where there's enough traffic but not enough competition to make it completely impossible to get some sales. On the other hand, what we're not looking for is a massive number like this where it says 400,000 results. That is just a crazy amount of people, and honestly, it might be a little too competitive to get into, especially if you're new. It's going to be hard to compete with the other shops with hundreds and hundreds of products. But what happens if you want to get into digital planners? It's just what you're really passionate about, because I forgot to mention this earlier, But passion and what you're excited about is more important than anything else. And so if you're really passionate about a competitive niche, stick with it, because if you are passionate about it, you're gonna stick with it for a longer time than if you're not. So if you are passionate about digital planners and you're like, man, I really have to create these because it's what I love doing, what you can do is find a more long tail keyword and a more specific sub niche within this mega niche. So let's put a little descriptor before it and search gardening digital planners. And as we can see here, there's 1,500 results, which may be a little too small, telling me there's not enough audience, but you do have a more likely chance of getting seen. So play around with it, see if this niche works better if you want to play with gardening planners as opposed to calendar planners. The most important thing is just not getting caught up and drowning in competition. So now let's get into some obvious ones. So if you're creating a product that is like 10 pages long, don't charge $30 for it. No one's gonna buy it, that's too expensive. So price your products wisely and think about like, would I pay for that if it was this price and I was buying it? Next, don't plagiarize, don't rip off other products you see and say like, oh, I can make that better, but I'm just gonna use the same concept. Don't plagiarize, it's not fun for anyone. And if you get caught, you can get banned, which isn't just not good. You're not gonna make any money like that. And then finally, I know I said it before, but find something you're passionate about, because if you are passionate about it, you are gonna stay motivated for a longer time and you're gonna be excited when you're creating those products. And people are gonna be able to tell if you're passionate about it just by how it looks and the care that goes into it. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, which I hope you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.